everyone, welcome back to Hold and Modify, YouTube's most poorly produced, underproduced Amiga channel. And yes, this is truly a quick video this time. The PiStorm, I kind of went over it really briefly in my last video because it was mainly just covering that it had been updated to work with Pi 4s. Now I went a little further, and this time I'm actually booting off of the onboard micro SD cards. I'm no longer using the compact flash in there, so one less original native Amiga thing on the 1200, no longer in use. But this is slow, 1 megabyte a second at best, maybe 1.4, and it gets really hot. The thing is, I've noticed that the faster the CPU you give it, the hotter this gets. So even when using a quote-unquote real 68060 over there, or even just a 68030 at 50 megahertz, I noticed that the more juice you run through the 1200, the hotter this thing gets. So now we're using the onboard micro SD, and it's basically two partitions, a system partition, as you can see here, and then the DH1 partition. So this is PDH0 and PDH1. And all I did was copy over my compact flash contents onto micro SD partition. I did all of this, of course, in WinUAE, because over there you've got the ability to fix things on the fly in case something goes crazy. So the only weird thing that happened, so when I copied my old hard drive, my old Workbench hard drive, to the new Workbench hard drive on the micro SD, I did run into a couple issues. One of them is there are protected files in the operating system in the current 3.2.1 install I had, and that was the icon.library, the workbench.library, load module, and the startup sequence failsafe. I had to use Directory Opus's protect button and basically just set all the flags so that I could overwrite those files. And then, of course, you have to go into your user startup and edit any of the old drives that might be in use there for assigns. For example, my user startup used a lot of assigns referencing work instead of DH0 or DH1. And even if they said DH1, DH0, that's not the name of the drive on the micro SD card I'm using. It's PDH0 and PDH1. So I had to make sure that all those assigns in the startup file were corrected to that drive letter. Once that was done, then you can safely basically take out your old hard drive and boot off the new one, and it'll be like nothing changed. Except now, of course, there's no more kick map ROM going on. This is using the real Kickstart 3.2.2 file that came with the Hyperion update. It's placed onto the PiStorm, so it's booting with the real ROM now. So there's no more kick ROM happening. And sure enough, if you go up here and you go to the About, you will see that it says 47.111. So we are all done up. Now, one of the things you'll note too is that yes, the MMU is not currently supported, I think, in PiStorm. That's a PiStorm thing. I mean, keep in mind, it's always a work in progress. I have not had any issues, though, as you can see. And even with the drive here, we'll go ahead and do a speed check. I'm not having any issues. I know some folks were like, well, without the MMU, there's going to be all kinds of weirdness. Well, there you go. I just ran speed check on the drive, and just perfect timing with what I was just talking about. Hey, I'm not having any issues. And you'll notice how fast that just rebooted. That's the onboard. We're going to go ahead and try and get into that sysinfo again here. And before you start rolling your eyes, listen, PiStorm is a work in progress. Just like a lot of things I show on this channel. It's not complete. It's not done. There's other things to be had. So let's try this again. Click speed. If it blows up again, then we have a good reportable bug. But it looks like this time, yeah, okay, so it definitely does not like the sysinfo version 4.4 hard drive speed check. It is blowing up. That's twice in a row now. We're going to try one more time, but instead of using the primary Workbench drive, we're going to pick the secondary partition to see if that matters. But you're seeing this right here. This was not supposed to be part of the video, but you're seeing the process. This is the process of working with beta hardware, hardware that's a work in progress. Don't get upset. There's no reason to get fussy about it on either side. Whether you're a developer or an end user, this is all the testing, all right? This isn't me trying to bash the PiStorm. It's just showing you it's a work in progress. So obviously there's that issue. I'll report this to the PiStorm Discord and Facebook channel. I'm sure maybe others are already aware of it. This is using the last nightly build from, I believe it was like 3 days ago. So, all right, so the thing is, everything else works. So we've got my drive mounted again. We can fire up Lightwave. Yep, it is going to Amiga stuff. And of course, just like last time, B5. I'm just using this again because it's a known thing. And this is loading over the network, so you're like, well, where's that super fast drive speed? Well, you're seeing the super fast drive speed when this Pi rebooted there. You saw how fast Workbench came back. That was really, really quick. What you're seeing right now is the Amiga loading over the network, so that's going to be a little slower because it's coming over this network card. But as you can see, boom, there we are. We're up and running. And we'll go ahead and press F9. And yeah, off she goes. There is one other thing I wanted to test while we're here. This was supposed to be a short video, but thanks to our little sysinfo hard drive speed test investigations, it's now running a little longer. But sure, that's going to be fine. We've seen that before. Let's go ahead and run over to View, because one of the things I was wondering about, so if you go to Opus, and let's see, if I type in work, it should yell at me. If it doesn't work, I can temporarily assign it. We can pick a volume, and we can just pick DH1, say sure. And then if we go to Lightwave, I'm going to try something here. So these are ham 8 animations. I want to see what happens, because the chip speed on this is supposed to be slow because of the chip RAM versus A600 chip RAM speed. With an accelerator, the chip RAM speed should be like around 7, and mine's like 1.57. So this is a ham 8 animation, and it's chunking along here pretty slow, even after it's loaded. Yeah, it's definitely slow trying to update that screen. But again, work in progress. That's stuff they are working on. I can try and play this in another player. Sometimes I have mixed results doing that. I'll go to Add Pro. I thought it was on my desktop. There it is, View. Go ahead and find that file. Go down to Lightwave, Items. So again, this is a ham 8 animation, and I've never been able to get this to play with View, by the way, so if it doesn't play with View, I will not be surprised. I've always had problems with View and these larger ham 8 animations. So, well, to View's credit, and this install, it is playing without freaking out the screen. But much like Directory Opus, this is View playing at full speed from memory. So you can see here, yeah, the chip RAM speed has definitely taken a hit, and it's just not able to move a ham 8 animation at any kind of real-time speed. Maybe ham animations, who knows? But this kind of goes to like the gaming side. People are like, well, gaming is slow on PiStorms right now because of the chip RAM speed issue. Well, here you're seeing it in an animation file, playing an anim. Yeah, it is slow. But again, it's a work in progress. I'm really excited. It's moving along nicely. And again, it's really awesome to have these kind of options to boost up our Amigas if you want to, for the fun of it, for the nostalgia factors of it, or just because you need more speed. You like to use the old stuff and you want more speed, and gosh darn it, paying whatever these cost now, probably like $600. Yeah, it's not really an option, so having this, and look forward to more. Okay, PiStorm guys, thank you so much. I'm done with this video.